Hey guys, my name is Amy Satori, and I'm an intuitive spiritual teacher. I have done podcasts, I've had a radio show, I have won multiple awards, voted best in Boulder for 3 consecutive years. Um, yeah, so been around the block a time or two, and now I'm doing these lives twice a week, and I start the beginning of these lives by giving you a little bit of information about me in case you're new, but also giving you updates on things that are going on that everyone wants to know about. So this way, I don't have to individually respond to every person. I can just let everybody know what's going on. So if you guys want to be in the know about what's going on with my business and what I'm doing and things like that, I'm going to keep you apprised in the beginning of these lives. Also, sometimes Spirit gives me some downloads to share with you guys, and I share those in the beginning of these videos as well. So I would highly advise that you always watch the beginning of these videos. Now, this isn't going to be a live this week because I have something planned during when I would normally do the live. So it's going to be pre-recorded this week, but enough of you sent in orders or sent in requests and questions that I was able to, make this video for you guys. So the way that this works is you send in $22 per question to www.paypal.me/Amy Satori. Do not look me up by my email address, and do not request money from me, send money to me. And always make sure that you put your question in the payment note. So that's how that goes. And you can send in your questions at any time. And what'll happen is I keep track in PayPal as to when the last person's question was answered, and then it goes from that person forward. So it doesn't even matter necessarily when you submit your question or your questions. It'll make it into the next video if it hadn't gotten there. Now, some of you sometimes will be like, well, you didn't get to my question on the prior live. But I have found that a lot of times when you guys say that, it's not true. I did get to your question. So either some of you don't even know what your PayPal name is. So always make sure that you look in the timestamps that are in the description of these videos, whether they're the lives or they're pre-recorded premieres, whatever they are, the Q&A sessions. I just like to call them Q&A sessions because that means that they could be pre-recorded or live. It doesn't really matter. It's your questions getting answered. So on these Q&As, but after they're over, we can't do it while it's going necessarily. On the pre-recorded ones, we can. You can always look down on the description of your video to see if your question is being answered during that pre-recorded session. So just you can scan down. You're not going to be able to click the timestamp while the premiere is going, but as soon as the premiere is over, you can go back and click on your timestamp and go to your reading and take a look at it. But if I did, honestly, you've looked extensively, you know the date that you submitted your question, and you know for sure I did not answer it, then contact me in WhatsApp. Okay. I know the way that I work, you guys. Please don't try to go around it and say, I'll email it. Don't do that, please. I know the way that I remember things, and I know the way that I work when I ask you specific things. Like if I do a med bed treatment for you, for example, it's very important that you email me. So don't send that some other way, okay? But if you have a question that did not get addressed in the live, WhatsApp me, only WhatsApp for those things, okay? This is how I stay organized. And if you guys can all listen and do the same thing, it'll go so much faster, okay? Now, that's also why I ask you to put the question or the questions in your PayPal, in your payment note in PayPal. That way I don't have to look in the chat, look in WhatsApp, look in Telegram, look in look at Instagram. Like I don't have to look in a million places if we just keep it all nice and simple and streamlined. So if I didn't get to your question, send a screenshot that would have your question in it and your PayPal name. Make sure you give me your full PayPal name. I don't need the initials because I won't be able to find it. Okay. The full name of your PayPal name or whoever you sent it through. Maybe it was your husband or your brother or whatever it was. Give me the PayPal name that you ordered under and screenshot it would just give me the name. I can do it by that. The name and maybe the date. Okay. But the screenshot is nice, just in case, there's a specific question that I didn't get to and whatnot. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say about that is just to please be thorough yourself to make sure. I mean, I've even had you guys like it's totally blatantly been answered and you didn't even look. Like you caught a part of the live and it wasn't answered in the part that you watched. So you didn't even bother to go to the description beneath the video to see if your timestamp was there, or your name might be Susie Miller, but you go by the name Cocoon Bandits or something like that, right? If your PayPal name, I'm not going to go by Susie Miller. If your PayPal name is Cocoon Bandits, I'm going to go by CB, and I go by the initials of your PayPal name. Because I'm not, I was going to say, I'm not a mind reader. I'm not going to go, oh, this must be Susie Miller, even though it says Cocoon Bandits or whatever. So I do use your initials, but for purposes of looking it up on PayPal, I actually need your full name, please. Okay. I am, World Truth Cards. A lot of you are still asking for those. I do have them available. However, they are available underneath my services. So if you go to amysatori.com/services, you will find a section that says World Truth Readings. Go under World Truth Readings, order a reading, and there is an option, order a reading with cards. That's the only way to get them right now. I had to slow down the inundation. Yeah, so that's how we've dealt with it for now. That's how you can get access to those World Truth cards. Oh yeah, and for those of you who've ordered them, allow 2 to 4 weeks. You guys have patience with the process, please, because it just takes time. They're not going to get to you like the week after you order them. Give them 2 to 4 weeks. Most of you are going to get yours before you've already gotten them. A lot of you have already gotten them and told me, but a lot of you are not going to get them until between October 1st and October 5th-ish. Again, don't bother me if it's like the 5th and you haven't gotten them. All the orders have been submitted, every single one of them. None of you have been missed, I promise. So just please be patient and let them get to you. So they'll be there at the beginning of October. Okay, so anytime, let's just say October 15th. So you don't panic if it gets to the 5th and you don't have them yet. You know what I mean? Okay, yes, every single order has been put in. All of you have gotten it shipped to you. The pet cards, a couple of you have ordered the pet cards, and I'm having like a technical issue with the people who are making the cards right now with those. So there's a tiny bit of a holdup, but still, I mean, it's still the 2 to 4 weeks to receive them. They're still going to be pretty on time. And most likely you'll still be getting them before our reading anyway. So that's fine. Any other things like that going on? I think that's, I'm halfway. I had about 12 med sessions to get done the other day, and I have about 6 or 7 left. So, and the way, let me just explain real quick, the 20-minute videos versus like the med sessions kind of thing. both of those, just read the descriptions on the website. If you click on the service, it gives you a very, very full description. It tells you everything you need. You never have to ask me a question. I promise. It's all there in the description of the product or the service, and not product. I don't have any products right now, just services. Okay. So the 20-minute video is not a 20-minute remote reading. Okay. A 20-minute remote reading means that we are on the phone or we're on Zoom. I get on the phone with you if you're in the United States. If you're outside the United States, outside of this country, then I will Zoom with you. That's how it usually typically works. And I do not send you the Zoom link until the very last minute. I don't send you a scheduled link. So, and please give me a few minutes within our session. You know, if we have a time at 8:00, let's say, I may call it 8:03. Because sometimes, I mean, I have about, I have a little bit of leeway between appointments, but sometimes there's technical difficulties, or I'm having to download something, or I'm having to get the recording to the person prior or whatever. So oftentimes I'm right on time, but oftentimes I'm also about 3 to 5 minutes late or something like that. So don't worry, I will call you. Okay. I will call you, guaranteed. So I'm not going to miss you. I'm not going to forget you. I'm not nothing. If you're on my calendar, I will be calling you at that time. So, and being that the times right now for remote readings, that means I'm talking to you or Zooming with you. Okay. That means we're talking in person. We're having an interaction in person. Those are being booked out a couple months. I'm pretty booked out. However, don't be discouraged by that. For number one, I'm worth it. Okay. I'm worth it. I've had to wait for people too. And you just tell yourself to forget about the appointment and just let it go, And if you have a super, super pressing question, you can get on one of these lives and ask a question. I mean, it's the perfect scenario. So if you have some and I also have emergency sessions too, you could squeeze in any time and get 10 minutes with me to answer some really quick, really pressing questions. Please only use that for emergencies though. But you can get that. So I've got tons of options for you guys. I'm taking care of you from every angle. So you can always get on the live, and those are every Monday and Thursday from 12 to 2, usually Mountain Time. If it's going to be different than that, I usually will announce it in Instagram. So if you want to really stay apprised, if you want to know what's going on minute to minute with me, if something changes last minute, always check on Instagram. That's the most up-to-date information. I don't use Facebook very much, you guys. Some of you send me stuff on there or friend requests and everything. I don't like Facebook. I really don't like it anymore. I used to use it, but I'm mostly on Instagram now. And that's probably going to change, coming soon, because that's owned by the bad people, unless it's taken over, which I think it could be, but anyway, I'm on everything too. I'm on Telegram, WhatsApp, Signal, BitChute, YouTube, brand new tube. I'm on just about everything you can imagine that you could find me on. Not that it's up to date, but I'm mostly here on YouTube. I've got some really awesome playlists. If you guys want to look at the playlists, we're going to get to your questions in just a second. So always check out those playlists, because I talk a lot. If you're not sure about something I'm talking about, like DM, when I say DM, or DF, I usually say DM, that's divine masculine. My specialty is true love. So definitely check out my playlist if you don't know about true love, because it's really important. True love couples come together at this time. It's called coming into union, when you actually come into a relationship, because there's a whole song and dance that goes on, just like in romantic comedies, where it's kind of a shit show for a while, and there's like a separation phase, and it's very painful for people to go through, but it evolves you and it matures you, and it helps you really feel solid about what you're really about when it comes to time for you guys to come together. You guys are like this power couple. So if you want to learn more about the true love journey, then go to my playlist. I have plenty of playlists, but one of them is called All About True Love. And I also have another playlist called The Great Awakening, I think. Great Awakening. Now, in almost all of my videos, that's what I put in the end screen. So after my videos play, like the daily guidances and stuff, there's an automatically you can click on All About True Love or the Great Awakening. So I make it super easy for you guys. Nothing should be difficult. The way that I have it set up, nothing should be difficult, and you shouldn't even have to ask me anything, really, because it's all explained. And that's why I take the time in the beginning of these lives to explain all that stuff to you too. So please make sure that you watch these if you want to stay apprised of what's going on. And I love you guys. And if you don't know me yet, yes, I'm into fairies and unicorns and, all that magical stuff. Yes, I giggle a lot. Yes, I'm really funny and goofy and silly. And, I'm into all that fluffy stuff. And I'm very, very encouraging, very, very loving, but I'm also very honest. So, I will give it to you straight. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that. So, I am not going on here trying to be a certain persona. I'm not going on here trying to be sensitive to you or to your feelings I'm not trying to people please everybody. I am just being myself, and I am being a channel for the messages that I receive. And sometimes I'll say something like, I'll translate something as be quiet. And that could actually mean just be calm within yourself, like so the spirit will show me things and I may interpret it a certain way and say it a certain way to you, where you're just like, well, I'm always quiet. I don't know, or I never talk or something like that. Well, but is your mind always going, yep, oh yeah, I do that a lot. Okay, well, that's kind of the same thing as like they're telling you to be quiet within, not necessarily quiet talking. So you guys have to open your minds as to what's said in these messages. And you may ask a certain question, like somebody asked, what am I going to get for a settlement from my ex or whatever? Well, Spirit's answer was drop it. You don't need that money and you can do it without and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to give you a time frame or tell you when it's coming or if it's coming or whatnot. If Spirit gives you that answer and says, it's none of your business, or, don't be expecting that money or whatever, maybe Spirit wants to surprise you. I don't know. All I know is that you ask the question and I tell you what comes to me. So that's all I'm doing here. And I'm just giving it to you straight like I see it, or I'm translating the best I can. Because I really am just a translator. I see images and I hear things, and it's a number of different ways that Spirit is talking to me when I'm looking off like this, or I'm looking off like this, or I'm talking to this, or I say they, or any of that. That's because I'm talking to Spirit, and we're having an interaction. It's like they're in the room with me. When I do the med bed sessions, let me continue with that too, because I was talking about like the remote sessions. If I'm doing a 20-minute video, then that means I'm doing a video. That does not mean that we're talking face to face. Again, pay attention to the details. A 20-minute video means that I make a 20-minute video. I send you the link and then you can watch the video. Okay. I had somebody the other day order like a 20-minute like med bed session, and she went ahead and planned a remote reading. And I'm like, they're not the same thing. So the med bed, you just read, you guys, just take the time to read thoroughly. The med bed sessions there's no period of time for the med bed sessions, but they are also recorded on video. And I work with Arcturians that they lay you down in a med bed and we do an energetic scan over you and take a look at things that you want addressed, or you can just tell me, just do a med bed scan and I'll do it. I'm happy to do that. We pick up on emotional elements that cause physical ailments in your body. But the Arcturians are the ones that are working with me during the med bed sessions. So I get into the session, I get into a zone, I'm talking with the Arcturians, and we're doing the med bed session on you, and then I send you the video afterwards. So the 20-minute videos and the med bed sessions are recorded videos that get sent to you. If you get a remote reading, that means we're going to be talking either on the phone or on Zoom. Okay. All right, let's get into these readings. At 2020, we're going to start answering some questions for you guys. I just said we. Okay, so there's a picture of a kitty on my phone. There's 2 pictures. There's 3 pictures of kitties. Hang on a second. I need to get rid of these pictures. Okay. They're awfully cute. All right, get rid of this one too. And almost there. Okay, here we go. So we're going to begin with EB at 2110. 2110, we're starting with EB. I've pulled out my hair since I was about 13 years old, leaving embarrassing bald spots. I'm 44 years old now and still can't stop no matter how hard I try. Can you tell me why I do this, and can I please receive a healing to stop doing that to myself? Yeah, let me feel into this for a minute. Well, it's kind of the same as any kind of nervous habit, like biting your nails or anything like that. It's just misdirected energy. I would do, and when I say this, I know it sounds like it's coming from me coming up with an opinion that's telling you something like what I think you should do. But no, I'm working with spirit when I go to say this, even though it sounds like I'm saying, I think you should. What's actually happening is I am simultaneously working with spirit and they're confirming, yes, that'll work. The whole time I'm talking to you, I'm getting a yes signal. If I get any kind of a no signal, I will correct that and I will give you a different message. I'll say, wait, you're not going to do that. Even if I tell you to do that, you're not going to do that. So, you know what I mean? So I work with spirit, even when I'm seemingly coming from my personality, telling you these things. So I'm feeling like you need to do Byron Katie's work or something similar to it. So she has a self-inquiry process where she just helps you to become more self-aware, and she gives you an exercise to do that will essentially deprogram your mind to attach to stress. So it'll help you to essentially just let stress slip right out your fingers, and you're not going to hold on to it or grab onto it anymore and grab onto your hair. You know, you'll be able to process it properly on paper and get to the root or get to the bottom of the issue. So if you start to do that, it's going to unwind your brain and it's going to stop that automatic reaction you have. But I'm also going to do a light language blessing right now to help with that, to break that pattern. Now, remember too, guys, if I give you advice, if spirit gives you advice through what I'm saying, if you don't do it, you're not going to get the effects. Spirit is giving you the advice because it's effective, because it will work if you do it. Now, you have to do it correctly too. And I spot you guys. If I ever ask you to do Byron Katie's work, it can be a little bit of a learning curve, but for free, because I'm so passionate about her work, because it is so effective. And I feel like it could totally transform the world if everybody learns how to do it. I help people for free on Telegram. Okay, so if you're trying to learn Byron Katie's work and it's difficult for you, reach out to me on there and I will help you come up with a turnaround, or I will help explain a part of the process. Whatever I can do to help you to learn it more effectively, I will do that. But don't give up on the process. Don't tell me I tried doing Byron Katie's work and it didn't work. No, that's not true. You're not doing it right. I found that every single time. I'll be like, didn't you start doing Byron Katie's work? Well, yeah, but it didn't work for me. Tell me what you did. And they always did something wrong and they just dropped it. They were just like, oh, well, it didn't work for me. No, don't give up on it, guys. I'm telling you, it's incredibly transformative. You've got to stick with it and you've got to do it on paper. Very important that you do it on paper. Okay. So having said that, let me do a blessing to help clear like the angst and the habit. There are neurotransmitters that make you do like repeated things over and over and over and over. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to free up the neurotransmitters to not be going to the same spot. You're going to be able to pick and choose. You'll have a little bit of a delay where you can choose to pull your hair out, or you can choose to do Byron Katie's work, or Thank You God for My Misery is another exercise that you can find here on YouTube. Both of those you can find here on YouTube if you put those words in with my name, okay? So you can put Amy Satori Misery, and it'll bring up the Thank You God for My Misery exercise. You can put Amy Satori Byron Katie, and it'll come up, okay? Hamana tayin sa seshi ilo pumumahana e halekiri na tashin se sa saha ana o mama ans se shushum pompa heke na hala anate san seshi ikin se pupu ho o na like na shein sa se. Whew. All right. Oh, that feels good. That feels really good. I get the benefit of these blessings as well. One thing you should know about the light language blessings that I do too is that energy is alive. So anytime that you listen to it, it's still going to work. Even if you want to use it for something like a different intention, you could still use it for that. But you can only use my light language blessings for good. Okay. So that's how that works. Because that's my intention. All right. 27 minutes. This is EB again. I would like to ask if I will be in a financial situation or receive enough abundance that allows my husband and I to feel safe, financially secure, and comfortable enough to quit our current jobs by the end of this year or first half of next year, possibly. We're awaiting the RB group payouts, but are open to receiving abundance in other ways. Oh, good. Are they going to get the abundance that they need this year or the beginning of next year? I get a yes on both, and either or, and Annie showing up is a really good sign. Definitely be using affirmations. Thank you, God, so much that I'm so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I'm the luckiest girl in the world, most blessed woman in the world, whatever you want to say. Be saying, thank you, God, so much that I get given the most incredible opportunities. Thank you, God, so much that I'm always led to other sources of income. Thank you, God, so much that money appears out of nowhere and everywhere. Be saying the things that you want to be happening as if they've already happened, and thank God for them before they're even happening. What are you doing? Oh, these guys are so cute. They're so fun. I love scaring these guys. And they love scaring me too. Nala will sometimes come flying in from I don't know where. She comes flying with her arms out. And I just start cracking up. Yeah. Hi, honey. Hi, what are you doing, babes? Can I hold you for a sec? Thank you. This is Annie. And she is on InstaFam Fun on Instagram if you guys want to check them out. This is Annie, and Nala's over there. You can't really see her, but she's a medium-haired tabby. Yeah. And they're both adopted rescues. And they're just 7 days apart. Miraculously enough. I didn't plan that, but it kind of worked out really, really cool that way. Anyway, so yeah, you're going to have the money. You're going to have the money come in, but definitely use those affirmations because worry pushes it away. But it looks like it is coming in for you. And I feel like grabbing a card. Clear negativity. So don't be thinking negatively. and socialize or join in with some like-minded people. So maybe there are some projects you could be working on within your community with other people that are going to be prosperous. Be checking into that, or maybe join with like-minded people to get your humanitarian project going. But start like putting your energy into it. Like you could even, pull together your team that you would like working for you on your humanitarian project and start playing around with it, coming up with your business plan, figuring out who's doing what and with who and how much everybody's going to get paid and what, all of that. Like look up, put my name in YouTube and then put the word humanitarian, and a really cool video will come up with a gal who describes extensively how she came up with her own business model of what she's going to be doing for her own humanitarian project. It's pretty darn cool and inspiring. So that'll give you a good example. Okay. Okay, LM 3118. LM 3118. Okay, happy Magic Monday, everyone. I've been playing your black magic clearing a lot lately. Just been feeling like something's hanging around me at night. I'm wondering if you can do a clearing or blessing for protection and to bring in love, kindness, and laughter for my daughter and I at home. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful for you. Yeah, let's do that. A lot of this is going on right now. Well, the dark cult's going down. They're flailing around. I like to think of it as like they're drowning in the ocean. You don't want to go help the drowning person because they're flailing and they'll take you down with them if they can. So these guys are desperate, really desperate, because they know they're out of here. So they're going to try anything they possibly can. They're trying dream warfare, sending negativity, sending illness, like all of it. So we have to be hyper diligent right now. I don't mean paranoid or scared. I just mean be really careful who and what you watch. Very careful. Pull cards on it. Is this healthy for me? Is this good for me? I have a video. I'm going to post it over in the chat in a moment. But it's a video that explains, how to do that and which tarot cards to use to be able to detect what questions to ask as to whether somebody's like good for you to watch or not. Even people who you think are really good people, they may be in the dark cult, because the dark cult is they are trained manipulators. They're very, very, very good at what they do. And so they know how to charm you. They know how to get you to feel like they are on your side, even on a YouTube channel and things like that. It only to trick you, just to be sending you bad energy. I would do Qigong a couple times a day. It really puts out this beautiful energy in your home, for one, helps heal your body and puts that qi pouring through your body all the time to help it with any ailments or to just keep you positive and keep depression from even touching you. And it really warms your environment up and really automatically puts a natural protection in your environment. So do Qigong. I have in my resources tab, go all the way to the bottom, and there's a great Qigong DVD and book that you can buy in combination that I highly recommend. It's the one I do myself. Okay. Yeah. So go to bed really happy, go to bed giggling, silly, happy, thinking very positive things, so that you're not attacked in your dreams. Don't watch scary stuff anytime in the evening. If you're going to watch anything that's about the stuff that's going on right now, try to be coming from the observer standpoint. Don't just be watching with your personality and get all hooked into it and get your mind whirling. She's confirming. Annie's confirming. When she meows in these videos, she's affirming and confirming what I'm saying, like accentuating it. So pull yourself back. If you're going to watch that kind of stuff, pull yourself back and be the observer of you even watching it. So there's a detached layer back here. From that observer standpoint, you're able to actually transmute what you're watching and change it. So this is like quantum physics and quantum mechanics that I'm talking about. So if you want to transform the world, then go ahead and watch all the scary stuff you want to, but make sure that you're coming from the observer standpoint, from a state of awareness. Yeah, hi, sweetheart. She's going to sit on the pillow next to me. She's so sweet. So hama na tain sa se she la hai ken sa na apom. Remember also that a sense of humor and laughter is one of your biggest, strongest weapons when dealing with the dark side. I deal with demons and things like that all the time. They can't touch you if you're laughing. They just can't. So laugh at them. Laugh at the things that threaten to scare you or anything like that. Just laugh. Even if you don't think it's funny, just crack up and it'll help. It's a really good idea to have a laugh session as you go to bed, like at least 2 to 5 minutes of cracking up. If you have little kids, it's even more fun, just crack up with your kids as you guys are going to bed. Have a tickle session, but laugh. Oh, my life. All right. Have you still been looking at the unicorn cards? These are really great for kids. Magic of Unicorns, they're really great for adults too, but I'm just saying if you want to grab a card every night, they actually give you like a little guided meditation. You as the parent could read the exercise to the child. And it's a really sweet little way to go to bed on a positive note, to pick a unicorn card. And it's effective, just have to say. The exercises really do work. So, it is, I think that some of the negativity is somebody or something, or maybe a number of people that you're watching. I feel like the clearing negativity card that we got on the last person applies to you as well. Control issues and multitasking. I don't know how that applies, but think about that, I guess. Control issues and multitasking, like keeping yourself too busy. Like it tells you to ask yourself why you're choosing to do what you're doing with your time. Excuse me. So go ahead and take a look at how you might be trying to control things by keeping busy. I don't know. All right. So, baby, remember her. I don't think you guys can hear that, but it's pretty funny. Okay, RL at 3848. RL. My son is Hello. My son is twitching his neck, and now he started with his mouth as well. I'm holding back on taking him to see a doctor because I lost all faith in them. Can you do a blessing for him to heal whatever's going on with him? Okay. And let me take a look at that. I think you would need to go to a nerve specialist. Yeah, they're saying yes. Shampan la taike he enansa. Shaham humahana taina. Tata he la sanse ena ai. Huhu umana ansa say. I feel like there could even be a subluxation. Yeah, maybe going to a chiropractor would be good. Feels like maybe the nape of the neck could be an issue. Shan say could be contributing to the nerve issue. Chincha hisan say la. I just got the word condition, so it might be a condition. And they're showing me like a pill to take. There might be something like a natural pill that you could take that would help kind of ease the nerves or something. So should they go to a nerve specialist? Yes. But you could wait. You could wait until a lot of the shitstorm has cleared, until some of these truths have come out, so that you get good doctors. You don't want the doctors that are corrupt right now taking money to kill people. So I would just be careful. I don't think that's, the nerve specialist, I don't think they're really going to mess with you too much. Just don't let them put any injections in your son, that as long as they don't do anything, or lidocaine, they put it in lidocaine too. So don't let them put any kind of injection at all in your son, and you should be all right. Just be like, watch your son carefully and just make sure there are no injections involved. I feel like it could and will get better. I feel like the physical med beds, when they come out, it feels like it's going to be like about a year or so. When that happens, it's going to be able to take care of this issue and reverse it, is what I'm getting. Okay. So your second question, last Thursday you mentioned Pegasus, which was crazy because I had a vivid dream about a Pegasus. He was flying in the sky and he was so beautiful. It made me very happy. Do you know what it means to dream of a Pegasus? I do not. I wish I were better with dreams, but I'm just not. But let me feel into it. I mean, I'm always happy to ask Spirit with why they sent you a Pegasus. I'm trying to get centered here for a second. To raise your vibration was the reason that they sent it. Also to go out, to be in a more magical mindset of miracles being possible. Also, they're letting you know that the veil is thinning when it comes to the new earth. So you're going to be seeing all kinds of creatures, and I say it on this channel all the time. Pegasuses, unicorns, fairies, leprechauns, all that kind of stuff is actually real. And you're going to realize that later. It's all true, and it's all being hidden from us. It has been hidden from us. Fairy tales are true. Fairy tales are real. They existed. A lot of the things in the fairy tales, especially the really grim, scary original fairy tales, were all true. They all really happened in real life. So it was part of the Satanist Luciferian ways. And then they made them all fluffy when they went, redid them in Disney and stuff like that. But they still have the same basis. They have this same history embedded in them. So they're just kind of opening up your mind, kind of prepping you and getting you ready for some of these things that are going to be coming out. And to raise your vibration. They just repeated. Also, they're saying that all these different creatures can help you if you allow them. Pegasuses can help you fly in your dreams too. And they're saying that they could actually help you with lucid dreaming. I don't know how, but if you want to find out, then ask a Pegasus to visit you and help you with lucid dreaming, and you'll find out. So, okay. And question number 3. Now you guys can do this. It's $22 a question. So you just send in 22, 44, 66, 88, or whatever it is, for however many questions you have. Again, last Thursday, you were answering a question about a lady moving to Seattle, and you said for her to move to a place with a view. That triggered my vision I had several months ago. My vision was that my house got flooded, but only the first floor. So my question is, should we be concerned about a future flood and move somewhere else, or are we going to be fine? Now, I want to make note too, for those of you watching right now, that it is really good to pay attention to other people's readings. And you're doing that right now, if you're not this person. But when I'm doing readings, that I do them on, Tuesdays and Wednesdays mostly. And when I do those, there's always a theme. So be paying attention to what you're seeing and hearing everywhere, what your friends are saying, what your family's saying, what your cats are doing, how your animals are responding to things, the things that you're thinking about or feeling it into. And pay attention to all of it. This person is very smart to say, wow, that just kind of came to my attention because I had that dream. And that's exactly what happens. So start paying attention to all the signs and synchronicities in your life, because they're trying to steer you in a certain direction. Okay. Should we be concerned about a flood? Should they be concerned about a flood? I get a yes, but not fearful, but more like just plan that that's a possibility and keep things, at least for a while, it feels like if it hasn't happened in about a year to a year and a half, then you're probably okay. But otherwise you may want to just put things that could get damaged by a flood upstairs. And do they need to move? Not necessarily. Yeah, just put pictures and things that are really dear to you or that could get damaged and that you couldn't replace. Put those things upstairs, or get them to where you can move them quickly upstairs or something like that. Also just wanted to mention that in 2012, I had the same vision, but that one was different, in which all of us definitely died. The world got flooded completely. And a week ago, I had another vision where I saw a storm coming. Sending you lots of love. My middle name starts with a blank, 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 blank. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So, a lot of times when we have those dreams, it's actually just it's our subconscious mind trying to deal with subconscious fears that we have. So, and the way that you respond to those dreams in the dream is a big indicator as to where you lie on that issue. So say you're really sensitive to getting cheated on. Because if you have a cheating dream, it doesn't necessarily mean that your partner is cheating on you. It could mean that you are growing. For example, if you normally would have gotten really angry and distraught and woken up sobbing and really hysterical about the dream, and then now you have a dream about it, and all you say to the person is, well, I guess you've made your choice, and you walk out the door and you feel real confident and good about yourself, but you leave the situation because you realize, that it's toxic and you don't want to be cheated on. then it's encouraging for you to see your reaction versus how it used to be, or how you think that you would respond in real life. So it could be spirit letting you know, look, you've grown, you've matured, like give yourself a pat on the back. So floods have to do with feelings and emotions. So always look up on DuckDuckGo, because I do not encourage like any of these other places that are owned by nefarious people, but go to duckduckgo.com and just look up dream meanings and dream symbolism. And, if you see a dragonfly outside, or you see a rabbit hop by, or anything like that, learn to look into those things and look them up. And that way you learn about all these different creatures and stuff as well. And that's how you scry with your life, Okay, JM 4933. 4933 is JM. Hi, Amy and kitties. I thought I sent this. Can I get a mini med bed healing for my Great Dane? Oh, yes, we already addressed most of this. The thing I didn't get to that I want to do for her is her cat ended up passing away. And she wanted me to take a look at her eyesight. So I'm going to talk to the cat right now. The cat just said, thank you. And then we'll take a look at her eyesight too. Okay, Hamanake, are you happy? Are you doing okay up there? Oh yeah, totally like playing with things that are up in the air, like batting at things that are up in the air, like moths and butterflies and things like that. He's like sitting up, legs, like I call it sitting pretty. Like he's sitting pretty, batting at things. He's having a lot of fun. He's running around. He's showing himself like going bloop, 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 and some like deep grass too. And he just like put his arms around your neck, like hugging you and thanking you. Do you plan to come back? He's not so sure he wants to do that. He's watching from above though, and he wants to make sure that you're okay. He said that you can call on him if you want. But he feels also pretty detached, like he just wants to be having fun right now. Like it kind of feels like his life may have been a little stressful for him, so he's needing a break and needing a bit of a break. But he's doing really well. Okay, your eyesight. Hama na kensa se she na hai kens sense upom ha la anache kensa se. Oh, mama aleke. Tantahi sensation I hubu hu ama ana I can tatais. Shin sensei say la nake. They're saying wipe the tears from your eyes and get some sleep. Not taken. So they want you to deal with your emotions better. Like tend to your emotions instead of stuffing them down. Do something, like the exercises I'm always talking about. You could do those things like do Byron Katie before bed or read a nice book like Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, or there's a really good book by Rhea Powers, RHEA. It's called The Light. What is it called? The Light Workers. Power to the Light Workers or something like that. I'll try to remember it and put it in the chat. Call to the Light Workers. Thank you. Call to the Light Workers. An amazing, amazing book. But do some Qigong before bed, or Byron Katie, or thank you, God, for my misery, or I love you exercise. Do something that's very, very calming and loving before bed. And get out those tears first, and then do the calming, nurturing thing. But make sure that you are tending to your feelings properly. Okay. JP 5340. JP. My beloved dog Ditto is having so much trouble being able to walk and stand for periods of time, as well as climbing stairs. It's mostly expressing in his rear hip spine, especially his left leg. Taking him to the chiropractor, she thought it is arthritis. It's not arthritis, I don't feel. Degenerative myelopathy, yes. Or a tumor, no. It's the degenerative, whatever that is. He is also totally incontinent. Oh no, my dog died of this. I had to put her down because we had to take her to get evacuated like twice a week because she couldn't pee or poop on her own and stuff. He and I are soulmates. Oh, and attached so deeply. It pains me to see him struggling so much. I'm asking for light language healing as well as a med healing, and also any insights of what I can do to further help him along. I have him on many supplements and I'm doing Reiki and massage on him. That's awesome. He also seems to have periods of forgetfulness as he's just turned 10. Thanks in advance from the bottom of my heart for all the healing and on my beloved companion. Oh, I'm sorry you're going through all that. That sucks. Okay. Tantai sansei shi'ina hamaan. He's tired. Is her Reiki helping? Yes. So is the love and nurturing. He said, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. So he wants you to get accustomed to or used to the idea, or like dip your toes in the water of the idea of maybe that it could be time for him to go. He's not in a hurry to go, but he's definitely saying that he's like on his last leg. You will know when it's time. Feels like his breathing will get really labored. I just feel him like struggling for breath, or like just just that kind of thing. It'll just seem heavy, like heavy. He's emotionally taken on a lot throughout his life, and he didn't know how to process it properly. He wants to get rid of the body that he's in and come back as a puppy. He's just tired. He's tired of it. He's tired of his body as it is. So it's like, can we just get rid of the body already? I just want to be a puppy again. I just want to run around. Animals don't see death the same way we do. They don't think it's any big deal. They just want to trade out bodies and come back. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal to them. So just keep that in mind. And he's coming right back. So, to him, he's just like, just let me go. It's all right. Because, I'll just be right back. So, yeah, just get ready. Just get ready for him to go to the next level in life and get the heck out of here. Get out of Dodge. He may not come back immediately. You've got to go through the mourning process and all of that. And I see him like, when he goes up there, he's going to be running and running and running and running and running and running in the big field. And he just wants to run till he can't run anymore, and then he'll be back. So that's what it feels like to me. And he's definitely your soulmate for sure. And he loves you very much. And he's not going to stay away for very long, because he really wants to be with you. So, yeah. All right. So I don't mean to be like, well, it is no big deal to them. It's way more of a painful process for us. But he does want you to just to think about that. That might be a possibility. Okay. Okay, SS 5808. 5808 SS. How will my DM be showing his affection? What's his love language? Okay. Oh, you know what? She started on this one. Okay. She's got a lot of questions. All right. So how did my DM think and feel since I saw him last Friday? His roommates invited me for an after party and were so welcoming. I checked in with him and told him I respect his space, and he just shrugged. I had fun, but did I make a mistake coming to his house? No, you didn't. It was good. So what did he think? Like, why did he act funny? They're so funny. They can be so aloof sometimes. What is my hair doing? It's driving me crazy. Stay over there. All right. How's he feeling like since that happened? What's he thinking and feeling about that having happened? Yeah? Huh. That's interesting. Well, he's spying on you. He feels like he said, I think the shrug, I think he regrets that. He thinks that was really immature of him. He thinks that this is about saying something harsh and stupid that you regret. but it could be a shrug. It could be a gesture. Like he just feels like he's immature. You have 2 child cards here. So I think he just doesn't feel like he quite measures up. Like he's not as mature as you, but he's trying to find the value and the worth to want to go on this adventure with you. He's got unwavering faith in it. He may have been defensive too. Maybe, this could be fighting other people's opinions off. Everybody maybe has an opinion about you and he's not agreeing and he's fighting for you. And he's like pronto, like wanting to get a hurry on it. Something falling apart, maybe as it was, maybe being a hermit is falling apart. And he's going to be reaching out with some kind of a message, and he's wanting it to lead to a happy family and fulfillment, ultimately, a big offer, commitment. But I mean, it could be something bigger than that even. He's just trying not to worry, and he's wanting to go into a whole new life with you. So he's throwing worry off the wheel because he feels like this is a fated thing between you guys. And that it's going to be very, very healing, ultimately, once he really shares his feelings like he wants to. He's just planning on getting up the strength to stop ignoring you just because you're so darn mature. And he wants to take action out of integrity and actually have some good communication coming from a place of power. So basically, he knows that he handled it kind of immaturely, and he's planning to rectify that. He's planning to make up for that. Okay. Whoa, geez, so criminy. Don't you hate when you go to flip and look at something and it just like flings all over this? Like, okay. 2, how do our mutual friends feel about us getting together romantically? I just got thumbs up. There are some differences you guys have that I think people are kind of raising red flags. Some people, not everybody, like 2 people in particular. They're saying things like, do you really think that could work out? You guys think so differently on this, or you guys, whatever the differences are, it's like people are there. I guess the good thing is that they're trying to be objective and they're trying to look out for him. But ultimately, I mean, once he addresses it and really takes a good look at it, he's going to be like, yeah, I've looked at it. I've addressed it in my mind. I've really sorted it through, and I really do believe in this connection, and he's going to choose you. So, it ultimately doesn't matter what they think, but I feel like they're going to back you up once he feels certain about it. If he is wishy-washy about it, they'll be kind of wishy-washy, but once he gets certain about it, I feel like they're going to all back you up. Okay, 3, when will he reach out to me? Messages from a ghoster. Okay, I've got my notes from your beloved ghoster here. She's asking me to pull some cards out of there. So how am I not taking Shane? And that in my own. When's he going to reach out? I feel like within a week. It's not going to be too long. I hope you're ready to make some major life changes very quickly, because I'm going to sweep you away. Think about simplifying your life as best you can, because I anticipate this moving fast. All right. He's getting ready to take this to the next level. I honestly think someone's doing black magic on me or something. If you know how to fix that, could you please? I just feel blocked at every turn. Let me do that. Let me send a blessing. Does he have black magic that's being done on him? Actually, I get a yes. X and X. Hama natain sasishi e pa ake ains. Shushu ho oma ana ai. Hanta te la he sensishi e sona tai. Tata hupo mamahama anake. Jan se la ana ai. Okay. Also, when it comes to special occasions, I'm a deer in headlights. I'm afraid to get involved and do something to screw us up. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm sorry. I'm just not ready. I can't. So that freaked him out. because it was like a special occasion. So I don't care what others think about us. We're perfect for each other, and that's all that matters. Good. So that's what he was just basically explaining why he acted that way, is because he just kind of freaked out because, because it was just like a lot of pressure or something. Oh my gosh, she's here meeting my friends, so he kind of freaked out. Whatever you just heard or are about to hear, if it hurts you, know that it was fake news, a misunderstanding, or you're not getting the whole story. Trust me, I'll explain later. So you might be about to hear something that might scare you a little bit, but give him the benefit of the doubt and just talk to him when he calls you. Okay, number 4, light language blessing to lift any black magic or jealousy from karmics toward our true love. So you knew intuitively what was going on. Wow. Wow, that was impressive, girl. You totally picked up on that. That was amazing. That was so cool. Okay, so number 5. How will my DM be showing his affection? What's his love language? Touch, for sure, touch. Touch him. It doesn't even matter how you're touching him. Touch his shoulder, his hair, like anything. I just felt him like tremble if you touch around his neck and he's like, oh. So yes, definitely touch. Gifts, he loves gifts, thoughtful gifts, things that he could he'll put them away and hide them and act like they weren't as important as they are. Like, oh, nice, a necklace. Okay. And then he'll go stash it somewhere, and then he'll take it out sometimes and look at it and be like, oh, and then he'll put it back, so he kind of hides that he must have been made fun of for it or something when he was younger. So he does hide it a little bit, but yeah, I would say definitely gifts and touch. Okay, so number 6, how does my DM like to receive love from me? Is it space or freedom he craves, more compassion or action? Doing things together, things that he enjoys doing. If he likes camping, go camping with him. If he like activities, like going and doing activities with him that he enjoys. No, he doesn't want space, but he does want quiet, if that makes sense. Like he wants you to hang out with him and not have to feel like you have to talk all the time, but just kind of like just chill with him. Yeah, so go along with him to things that he enjoys and just hang out with him quietly. Don't feel like you have to talk all the time, that kind of thing. Okay, my dear, that was really neat. Okay, PK. Okay, so an hour and 8 minutes, I guess. An hour and 8 minutes. It says 68:12. 68:12. What and you can put that in your timestamp, or you can put that in your own, what that equates to. That I think that's an hour and 8 minutes. So, okay. What do you see happening in my life with work and romance in the next few weeks or months? Work. No, I don't know. You didn't tell me whether you're working currently or not. So I'd like to have more information so that I know, what I mean. I can need to have some kind of a point to start with, a reference point to start with. Does she have a job? Yeah. Does she get a new job? Yeah, actually, yeah. I feel like you're going to get a new opportunity. They're saying, though, don't choose out of desperation. Like, don't choose out of settling for something. Choose something, go with something that actually brings you joy and makes you smile or even laugh, or like it helps you to interact with people. I feel like you're really good with people. And it feels like you need to have some social interaction with people on a regular basis. So I feel like whatever this job is, it's in the interim. It's not like your permanent place you're going to end up, but it's going to be fun, and it's going to be something you look forward to, and something where you're going to be able to make a difference just by being your cheerful self. And that's going to happen within 6 to 8 weeks ish, maybe even sooner, maybe 4 to 6 weeks ish. You're going to have some kind of a new opportunity. And maybe something that you actually go out and look for or find, but it's going to be something having to do with you it's going to be someplace you enjoy. Okay. Romance. You do have somebody new coming in, but they're not coming in, soon. What you would call soon, would you say in the next few weeks? Maybe in the next few months, maybe toward the end of the year-ish. Somebody more mature than you've had in a long time, somebody who's really going to be a good listener, somebody understanding. Someone solid. He's like really sound, grounded, mature. Yeah. You're not going to be used to that. But he'll treat you really well. And they're wanting you to have an open mind with him, and you can help loosen him up, and he can help you be a little more serious about life. So you guys are a really good complement for each other because you guys are kind of opposites. Yeah. And I feel like you guys, you are complementary in the bedroom too. Like it's a good combo, really good combo. Okay. NT 7140. NT 7140. Okay. I feel that my ex has a lot of trauma and negative energy attached to him, which causes him to suffer high levels of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. This also negatively affects myself and our son. Can you please do a light language blessing to help clear him of this? I feel if he can release some of this, it would be beneficial for all three of us. Thank you so much. If his higher self does not allow this, can you please do this for our son instead? Yeah. He's allowing it. He knows he needs it. He had a lower astral entity, it looks like from alcohol. He has to deal with his emotions better. Teach your son how to deal with his own emotions and how to process his emotions better. I don't know how old your son is, but maybe watch Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow. There's an exercise he does in there that you could teach your son that would be really beneficial in terms of, sloughing off his dad. If he's having a bad day or whatever, he can go in the bathroom and he can just like do this visualization. And it'll help him to process those feelings and kind of validate himself. Okay. 2, I lost my job at the start of this thing in our world, and have not worked since. I am a single mom with very little support and would like to also help my mother, who is struggling financially, to have a better life. What's the best way for me to bring in money, which will also bring me joy and fulfillment? I have too many ideas, but not sure which direction to go in. Most also require further study. Okay. My ideas are starting a mother's help business with my friend, working as a teacher's aide, drop shipping or selling stuff online, becoming a copywriter, writing children's books, translation work, counseling. Wow, you do have a ton of ideas. Okay. So it feels like, which one was that? Hang on a second. Mother working. Okay. All right. They're saying that there's a number of them that you could actually work on at the same time. Like you could be writing an hour every week and start getting ahead on the book, or, start off with something that you already know how to do, or you could get started with. But they're saying to go with whatever interests you most right now. Like whatever piques your interest, whatever pulls you in, whatever you feel kind of excited to learn about. So just go with the flow of don't be too concerned about where this is all leading necessarily. Just go toward what you want to learn about now and what you want to participate in now. And then just let it shape and form from there. In the meantime, I would be definitely using the affirmations I talk about all the time on here. Thank you, God, so much that I'm so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I'm the most blessed woman in the world. I'm so astounded by all the incredible opportunities I'm always being given. Everything always works out so incredible for me. Thank you, God, so much that you've given me this amazing idea that's really panned out for me and really turned out to be my thing. You might end up being some kind of a mutt that does all of that or dabbles in, a number of different things like I do. So be open-minded. If it's a part of your life purpose, you're just going to be doing it. You won't be able to keep away from it. I just got something about music too. So if any of those had anything to do with music, then I feel like that's something you're definitely like being drawn to right now or need to be like going toward right now. Don't get overwhelmed. Just maybe do a little bit of all of it, but go with what is right now kind of pressing or impressing you right now. Like I really feel like called to start reading about this subject, or I really feel like I need to go get a job being around these types of people. They said emotionally support yourself right now though. And use those affirmations. The affirmations are so powerful. They just said prosperity is coming. And you are going to be working on a number of different projects. Do you have some repressed anger that's blocking your health and happiness? You need to forgive somebody maybe? So you could do my thank you, God, for my misery exercise. It could help a lot with that. Okay. XM 7750. XM. Is there a past life connection with my oldest son? We have a weird way of relating. Does she have a past life connection with her son? Yes. Oh, weird. I feel like he actually was your boss. Yeah, it feels like he just okay. Yeah, that's all I'm getting is that he was your boss. And that he's a bit, boss-like. Okay, it's time to get to this. Okay, it's time to do this. Okay, it's time to blah, blah. Like just maybe a little bit bossy with you. So, I mean, maybe if you talk to him about that and just say, you know what, I think you were my boss in a past life. It might, sometimes just being aware of it kind of brings all kinds of things to light and kind of explain some things. And you're just like, oh, okay. And then you can shift out of that, Okay, number 2, last week you told me to give my oldest son space and gave him a blessing. I saw an energy shift. Yay. Is there anything Spirit can tell me about his addiction? Like, is it related to a past life or a curse? Or did he pre-choose it? Or did it pre-choose him? And can he overcome it? You often say to give you choices. Okay. Can you overcome this? Yeah, he can overcome it. Did it choose him? Kinda. It was fated. I feel like they both chose each other. He's having to choose healthy coping versus unhealthy coping. But he also, I think one of his biggest things is he needs to validate his own feelings. And I don't feel he does that enough. So I would have a talk with him about that. One of the best ways I can think of that you could do that is so simple, just placing your hand on your heart. And this is to tell him to put his hand on his heart and say, I love you 100 times without counting. And then later, when he feels like he's about blissed out, because he will be, after a while, start putting, I love you even when you drink too much. I love you even when you abuse yourself. I love you even when you treat people really shitty in your life that you love. I love you even when you can't break free of this. I love you even when, and like go into all the things that you're not proud of with yourself, that you're even angry about. If he just does that, I think it's going to be, really huge for him. It's going to help him. If he can come out of that judgment of himself, I think that it will really be a big step in the right direction for him. Yeah, he's got to take some time out to validate his own feelings and comfort himself like this. And he just needs to take better care of himself and love himself out of it. Okay. KB. Thank you for all that you do. Number one, this June 22nd, I lost a piece of my heart as I had to say goodbye to my sweet boxer, Sophie. She was such a special girl who loved her family so much. Aww. My wife and I believe she chose to take her companion Truman's cancer, who made her feel safe from her anxiety, which is why we got him. He's a white boxer and healthier than he's ever been. I miss her so much and want to know, does Sophie want to reincarnate and come back to be with me again? Hama Nakiensa. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, totally. She just showed like making a lap. When a dog's really excited and they make a lap around the house and come back around and go back around and do that. She's like, hell yeah. Like, I'm like, I'm excited too. So number 2, when will it be financially possible for me to retire or leave my job? I get September of this coming year. Yeah, so within a year even. I just got RV. I don't know. Have you bought some Zimbabwe notes? I think that'd be a good idea if you haven't. There's a website, 100 trillions, so 100 trillions.com that sells those, and you can get them for at any price point. But they're supposed to, they're supposed to do well. Have faith in you having wish fulfillment. And yeah, it should do well. Okay. 3. When will it be the right time for me and my wife to move to our dream home in the woods? Aw, that sounds lovely. Oh, when will it be a right time for them to go to the woods? 2021, 2022, 2023. 2023 feels October 2023, I feel. Between September and October of the next year, I feel is going to be a lot of plotting and planning and thinking things through. And then 2023, you actually go toward it. I feel like you're going to be ready to go in 2023 earlier in the year, but the timing is just off for some reason until October. So you're going to be chomping at the bit, ready to go, but not for any bad reasons, but you're going to really want to go really bad, all excited. Oh, you know what it could be is you find the developer, the person that's going to be doing, you know, making space for your home and stuff. Maybe they have some hangups with getting this, I don't know, sewer system out there or the electricity or whatever. That I think you're just going to be waiting for that, you know, your new home to be ready for you, or for the land to be ready for the house to be built, or maybe the house is going to get built. Maybe you get the house in 2022 and it's not built till 2023 October or something like that. You know, there's going to be some hangups. But I think it'd be really fun to do all the planning and everything you guys are going to be doing together. Okay, JS, 8535, JS. I recently watched one of your old videos about twin flame relationships, and I feel like I'm in the exact situation you were describing. I met someone through my job. My work entails me traveling a lot and meeting people all over. We worked together and I really felt a connection with her. We spent a lot of time together and she was very sweet with me at times. Now we live in different parts of the country. I try to stay in contact with her as she seems to be keeping her distance. Despite her being distant, my guidance still feels like it's pointing towards success in a relationship with her. This is very challenging because she's even straight up not responded to me sometimes. What are your thoughts and feelings on this? Is it possible she'll come around? Okay, so I do, and so please timestamp this 8633, but it'll be the actual time, which is like an hour and 20, whatever that turns out to be. I can't calculate it right now. So this is also something I meant to talk about in the beginning of the video and I didn't. I now do true love check-ins. So there's a regular one and a deluxe one. I'm going to do the regular one for you. So we're going to see what she thinks and what she feels and what she's wanting to take action on towards you right now. Whoa, she wants to rush in and talk to you so she can hold on to you. She's afraid that you're going to slip out of her fingers if she doesn't do something. She wants to balance out the deceit. So she's lying to you. She's lying to you because she's people pleasing people. But she wants to stop being in denial and she wants to do the right and just thing with you and come forward and speak to you. So I would guess, that's not even the spread yet, you know, but I would guess, yeah, that she's got feelings for you. And she's just trying to get up the courage. She feels like you're very mature. And I suspect that she probably thinks she's not as mature as you are. So let's take a look here. Yes, I just got a yes with that Ace of Swords. But in her heart, she knows she can have victory with you. So she knows you guys can be successful together. She just needs to get out of her self-imposed prison, get out of her worry, and get to going on a passionate new start. And look at, there's the little kid. So there's the little kid and then there's the lady. So she sees herself as the little kid and you're the lady. She could also be, you know, just wanting to heal things. She could be maybe breaking up with somebody. It's possible she could be getting rid of somebody who's really cutting, but she's trying to figure out the best way possible to come forward in a courageous way. And there's going to be an apology involved in commitment. So it looks like life is kind of giving her something to feel defensive about right now. Like this could be something shocking, or it could be that something's falling apart. Maybe she's defensive with that person who's kind of cutting, and it's because she has unwavering faith in you guys. In the meantime, she's spying on you, trying to learn more information, make sure you don't get away. And she's trying to step in her power so that she can make that move and talk to you, even though she's not quite sure what she's going to say. She feels a little insecure. Maybe she's afraid she's going to say something harsh or lie to you again about her feelings or whatever, but she's trying to manifest some transformation for you guys so that she can be strong enough to rekindle the rapport and sweetness between you guys. So yeah, that's not, it hasn't gone anywhere. She still has feelings, and she's just been too insecure to do anything about it. And she may be tied up in another relationship. Okay. I forget what these initials are or were. Oh, hang on a second, because I have them written down somewhere. Here we go. Oh, KV. Thank you. So this is KV. Truly love your spirit and life work. Thank you. These are my 3 questions. Do you see true love in my marriage? Is there true love in this marriage? I don't think so. I think it's probably like it could be a karmic soulmate, I suppose, or something like that. I don't feel a feel of that real heartwarming, like perfect match. Like it doesn't feel like a soulmate, and it doesn't feel like a twin flame. It just feels like convenient roommate type feel. Number 2, will I continue to go forth in my ministry due to eye issues? Yeah, you will. Your eyes are gonna get better. Let me work on them. Hopo pomomahana e cheshe isinse hela ana om. Hopom pompo mohon tatike ha ana amokumoman. Shen se ela aike. Mabapay na take na sense. Shinchinte ipumpo. If it, yeah, they were taking me back to your person that you're with, and it's possible if you have, it almost feels like a business partnership or something like that. If you leave that situation, I do feel that you do have a true love coming in. But don't beat yourself up if you feel like you have to stay there. You know what I mean? Like, I do believe that when we make the decision to love ourselves and not settle, no matter if that means becoming single or if that means going after your true love, whatever, I do believe when we follow our heart, like our most authentic truth, we will be rewarded for that. So, I'm going to leave it up to you to know what that is. If you're settling or not, and I do believe you're going to have an option, a true love option come through if you do choose to follow your heart. Okay, number 3, do you see me moving into my own home? Yes, I do. In fact, it might be sooner than you think. It might be in the next 2 to 3 months. And I just saw the word gift, so maybe it'll be gifted to you. Or it'll be a gift, like it'll just be that you'll be so happy to have a place of your own. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, KD 9338. 9338 is KD. Hi, Amy. I wrote the question on your last live about my ex. And I'm moving to the same state around the same time. I remember that, and how strange I thought it was. Hearing you say the black magic was being performed on me in regards to the situation was shocking. Of course, it never feels good to hear someone's intentions are negative. Yes, you are right. I believe he is a narcissist, and I can totally hear him saying, because I can. Wow. As to why he's doing this, I consider myself a sovereign being. I was so angry with myself that I read the situation so wrong. Oh, don't do that to yourself. We all do it, and allowed a spell to be cast on me. I'm happy and have a beautiful, abundant life, which this person can see on IG. Yeah. Apparently this has made him mad and want to get back at me. It totally makes sense now why I couldn't shake him. Yuck, lol. dodged a big bullet. My deepest gratitude to you. My question this time is about my husband. I have been told before that we have loved each other in many lifetimes. I want to see what you saw in regards to this. What is our connection to each other? I see at least 3 lives together. Have they always been spouses? Not necessarily. You've been a brother and a sister. You've been a pastor and a pastor's wife. And you've been teenagers that were madly in love with each other and died early for some reason. And some kind of a weird accident, like it would be like jumping off a cliff into water and crushing your heads or something weird like that. Like, I don't know, some kind of freak accident. I just say what I see, you know what I mean? But something weird happened. But the other 2 lives, I feel like you lived very, long, happy lives. To see the one with the pastor and the wife. Yeah, oh yeah, retired, really happy and everything. What was the other one I said you guys were? Oh, brother and sister, great relationship. Had a lot of fun. We're always there for each other. Even the one where you guys died early, it was still, you guys have always had it really good. So I suppose what that could have done if you guys had that freak accident is maybe you guys are super careful, maybe you guys are always looking out for each other and making sure that, did you wear your seatbelt? Do you know where you're going? And did you tell someone where you're going? And, just maybe ultra careful or paranoid or, just like really protective of each other, not getting hurt or something is how I could see that kind of playing out. Okay, SM 9646. I am in the middle of a job interview process. Is this a good move for me if the job is offered to me? Okay, so is this a good job for her? It's one of them. I feel like there's going to be about 3. The other 2 might be better. But if taking this one makes you feel better for now, then do it. And you might consider the other jobs as they come later, depending on how comfortable you feel not having a job, because you could hold out. In fact, I feel like the 3rd one is the best. Oh, but the 2nd one will be all right. I'm not even sure these guys are going to offer it to you. So if they don't, just know that it's the universe kind of sparing you, kind of getting you to go to the next one or the next one after that too. I think the 2nd and 3rd ones are going to be around the same time. So that would be perfect because you could look at 2 and 3 together closely and pick number 3, But yeah, I feel like your gut instinct is going to definitely like lead you in the right direction. What is your life purpose? I believe we all have the same life purpose. Just to be present in the moment and realize who we are and that we're not the ego. We're not the person with this name and this body, but that we're beyond that. And to be present in the moment, that's where we manifest best. However, if we're talking about what you're going to be doing while you're here and then in the meat suit, I see a nurse that could be symbolic of you caring for people. Yeah. Yeah. Feel like in some kind of a past life, you might have been kind of standoffish and to yourself, kind of a hermit. So this life, you are meant to interact with and care for and nurture and love other people and be more outwardly focused. Service to others. Yeah, looking after others. even your own family and everything. I'm looking for like products you make or inventions or anything like that, or any books. I don't see any of that. I just see you serving, And it's like you might end up being somebody who's kind of inspirational later in life, like Maya Angelou or something. Like you might give people wise advice and inspiration. Yeah, you could be an inspiration to people. Feel like you're gonna be. Something about also maybe escorting people on flights, like traveling with people, maybe elderly people, like you go with them as kind of like an assistant or a companion when they travel. I've never heard of such a thing, but I'm sure it exists. So that would be really sweet, very fulfilling, I would imagine. Okay. I think that's it for today. So thank you so much for being here with me, guys. And I am over on the side in the chat to answer any questions you have about anything that I've said, and I'm sure you've probably already asked. And I will be live again on Thursday, I believe. Again, I update things on Instagram all the time, so if you really want to know for sure if I'm going to be live that day, then go on Instagram and I'll be letting you know. So I guess I will talk to you then. Really good chatting with you, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. Bye, guys.